Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Creatively Crafted Life. My name is Melanie, and Nikki is joining me again in the craft room for another conversation. Hi, Nikki.
Hello, how are you doing today?
I am fantastic, although I don't know. I'm a little nervous. We're going to talk about how we did the past 4 months, and I'm a little nervous.
Yeah, me too. The nervous laugh comes out.
Yeah, it's confession time, everyone. It's confession time. How did we do with our low spend, no spend, chill on the spending kind of thing? So I guess I volunteered to go first. So
Okay, sounds good.
So just to remind everybody what my objectives or my goals were at the beginning of the year. So I had some hard no buys. So basically I said no pocket cards, no enamel dots, no punches, no washing, and no alpha stickers, and no 6x6 paper pads. And I think I did well in all the categories. I didn't buy anything
Good.
except pocket cards, which is really stupid because I don't use pocket cards. But I got suckered into the last of Felicity Jane's going out closing sales.
Yes.
And she had pocket cards for like 25 cents. So I think I bought 2 packages. So
have you used them yet?
Oh no. No.
I think you need to put them in a kit or something with light colors so you're more likely to use them, or you can set it out on a bash kit or something like that.
Yeah, pocket cards is a whole topic. I have so many of them. It is something that I'm going to have to be addressing in my regular scheduled YouTube filming, because it's at a point now where it's like, come on, like either use it or get rid of it, because there's really just too much of them. And I just don't use them. So anyways, but everything else I did good. No punches, no enamel dots, no washing, no alpha stickers. So I'm really happy with that component of it. The other part that I had was a light buy for stamps and dies. And I would say I generally did pretty well. I did purchase a few stamps. I came across a new, to me, designer. She's based in the Netherlands. I think she's called Carly Creatives, and she sells through Top Flight Stamps in the US. And so I did purchase a few of those because they had a sale. And, I've been looking at her for a while. So this was kind of like the impetus to buy. So I think I probably bought about 5 sets maybe. So I'm like, did I succeed? Is 5 a light buy? I'm not sure. But it is what it is. And the dies, I didn't do too bad, except Hobby Lobby did have clearance on some. So I did purchase a couple dies. So I'm going to say I did okay.
So is Hobby Lobby going to stop buying dies and selling them? Like, it seems like they did do a huge clearance sale on all their dies. Do we know what's going to happen with them?
I don't know. I'm not sure. It seems like they're getting out a lot of that stuff. So at least it seems to me. I don't know.
I feel like they're going towards more electronic cutting machines than actually the manual die cutting machines. I don't know though.
Yeah, and they also are leaning more towards them being the manufacturer as opposed to carrying other brands. So that could be all fitting into their business plan. I'm not sure.
If somebody has the inside scoop, please put it down below so we can know.
I have different feelings on the topic, right? So on one hand, I would be sad to see it go, but on the other hand, I don't typically buy from them unless they're on sale. So I can see if everybody's doing the same thing, I can see why they possibly would be doing that.
Yeah, the only thing I really buy from them anymore is their albums, the 3 Ryan albums when they're on sale, because they're like 50% off. And, Creative Memories and We Are Memory Keepers, you're looking at $30 a pop. And I can't do that for an album.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. The other place that I don't ever go into anymore is Michael's.
No, Michael's really has gone downhill, I think. And they changed the way that they did our paper pads. At least the last round, they did 3 of each paper. And then they also added colored cardstock in there so you get less pattern paper.
I think for me, the big shift was when they went to entirely their own brand and didn't carry any more of the standard manufacturers, and I just kind of lost interest. So now I do most of my shopping online.
Yep, 100%.
Which, of course, that was the whole point of the last 4 months, was not to spend money. So I guess it's not necessarily a bad thing if a company doesn't carry what you want anymore. I guess that's a good thing.
That's true. And it does sound like you've been doing good on your light spending category. What about your other categories?
Well, so I didn't do very good on my earn to spend. So the idea was that for every card I mailed out, I would earn $1. I started off pretty strong for me, and I sent out about 30 cards in January and the beginning of February. So I thought that was pretty good. And then it just died. I think I sent out one card in March and one card in April. So that was a little disappointing. And I clearly did not earn enough money for what I spent. So I think I'm going to ditch the whole earning to spend approach. It just doesn't, it's not a big enough motivator. I'm just going to spend the money if I want to. So that's not a good, what's the word I'm trying to think of? That's not a good demotivator, motivator. I don't know what the right word is.
I don't know either. Sorry.
Anyways, you get the idea. So yeah, but I did, it was interesting because I did go back through my records and I checked to see how much I spent in the craft category last year for the first 4 months. And I compared it to this year and I spent 25% less. So I'm going to say that's a win. I'm not going to say it was frosty, but it definitely was a chill. Definitely not a hard freeze, but yeah, I'm okay with that. And then the other part that I focused on was using my stash and then trying to balance out how much I used versus how much I brought in with 12 by 12 cardstock. So the idea was for every cardstock piece I brought in, I had to use or purge 2. So a 1 for 2. And if I look at my little chart, I did pretty good. I mean, it's not fancy like yours, but all of these are what I used, and then the filled in blocks are what I bought. So if you did the numbers, I basically used 261 12 by 12 cardstock sheets in the 4 months.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. And then I brought in 68. So
yeah, I feel like you did it. That was awesome.
Yeah. And so this one worked for me. This was a good motivator, tracking how much I use, that kind of thing. So I will do this again, I think.
That's awesome. So the percentage, I didn't even think about calculating how much I had spent less. That's a good indicator to see, okay, how did this work? 25%? Did you think that's where you were going to be?
Well, I was hoping to be more like 75% less, which clearly didn't happen. We'll talk about that in a minute. What were my pitfalls? Like why didn't I succeed with that? But I'm still 25% is still 25%. So I'm going to take it and run with it. Not everybody tracks their purchases as closely. So if that is something you do want to do, of course, you probably should start at a benchmark and then go forward. Okay, so why did I spend more? So there was a couple things that suckered me in. I love kits. I don't know why I love kits, but I do. And so close to my heart had some kits in preparation for National Scrapbook Day, which, by the way, we are filming this before National Scrapbook Day. So keep in mind that all of these recording confessions are pre-National Scrapbook Day. So those sales are not included in this. But anyway, so close to my heart had some kits. And of course, I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to buy those. So that really did bump up my purchasing. And then I wasn't going to do Week in the Life. And I saw someone and I had a very bad case of FOMO. And so then I went on to Ali Edwards' site and she had a bunch of stuff on clearance. And next thing you know, my cart was full. And then, you have to spend so much to get a free shipping. And that one always pushes me over. So yeah, not so good. And then I had an opportunity someone on one of the Facebook groups, I don't know who it is she has a wholesale a wholesale account with Simple Stories. And so she offered to do a group buy. Yeah,
That's a good deal.
I know. I
That
know.
means she's probably not going to make any money off of it. She's just buying it for super cheap.
Exactly. So it works out that you could get 40% off, and then there was 10% for shipping. So still 30% off, which is still pretty decent. And so I did purchase, I think, every current line with Simple Stories.
Oh my gosh. That's a lot of money. Holy shit.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I didn't purchase everything from the entire line because there's some things I know that I just won't use. But yeah, by the time you get the like the collection kit and the embellishments and that really is what pushed me over. So
okay, so my question for you: did you get the coveted like flower pack from the Vintage in Life in Bloom collection from Simple Stories?
yes,
because nobody has it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I did. I think I got the, because they always have the one ephemera piece and then like the journal bits, right? Yeah. So I got both of each. Yeah. I know.
I'm jealous of you right now.
I know. But that one really did push me over. And then the other two things I mentioned, Felicity Jane, they were having closing out, and I wasn't going to buy anything more because I had bought stuff in December. And I'm like, well, it's like 75% off. Just go in and look. Bad. Never just go in and look. So I purchased a few things off of there. And then Hip Kit also had a sale in January that I partook of. So sales are my downfall, clearly.
Yep.
A good deal or a bargain. Clearly my downfall. So I think if I really don't want to spend money, I have to stay away from social media, because I don't actively go and look myself. Like, I don't typically stalk the stores. I don't even read their newsletters. It kind of just goes in my promotional thing and I just don't look at it. But the social media, man, if it pops up on Facebook, I'm like, yes, let me check that out. And then the next thing you know, I have a cart full of stuff. So yeah.
That's going to be so hard though, because we're on YouTube, and to promote our YouTube channels, you have to be on Facebook and Instagram, and I don't know where else do you want to post it. So good luck with that.
Yeah, which is probably why I haven't been successful to date, where I get suckered in. Now, on another note, I did have the Echo Park subscription, which was every 2 months you get a kit, and I actually canceled it. I'm giving myself a pat on the back for that one. I love Echo Park. It's usually their Cardabella collection that comes out, and I love their collections. I just can't keep up. Like, even every second month is just too much. So I finally just said, you know what? The kits are starting to look a little bit repetitive. And they probably have been already for a while. And so I'm like, you know what? Just let it go. Often they will include 6x6 paper pads, that kind of thing. And I don't use those. So just let it go.
Yep, that's a good idea. So I'm a part of the scrap room. And what's great about them is that I can pause it. So I've gotten 2 kits and I signed up in January. So I skipped every other month essentially. And so it's been awesome because I don't get that much product. 2, I can pause. So if I already have what they're offering, I don't have to worry about it. So I wonder, I don't know if Echo Park can do that, but I agree. I feel like all of their collections are becoming the same. Yeah. And that's kind of across the board too. It's not even just Echo Park. It's like Simple Stories, Echo Park, American Crafts. They all just kind of look similar. So I've got something probably that's going to suffice.
Right. Exactly. And as long as I don't get caught up in the hype of it, I think that's what my point is. I can't get caught up in the hype. I can't be a sucker for a good sale and just realize what I have in my stash. I probably have something already that's comparable. So it's okay to let whatever that is go. Now, Janet from RTS she talks a lot about the SOS method of shopping, where you just buy select pieces from a collection. And I haven't actually embraced that. I tend to be an all or nothing kind of person. So I usually buy more than I probably need. But I think that's really a good approach. A lot of the collections, if you look at the chipboard and you look at the ephemera and you look at the sticker sheet, they're the same icons over and over again. So you're getting 3 of everything. And unless there's something generic like flowers or something like that, like, do I really need 3 typewriters? Do I really need 3 whatever icon that is that's featured in that collection? So I think that might be another strategy I might try in the next little while, is just only purchasing a few select pieces that kind of are indicative of that collection.
Mm-hmm. One thing too is like pairing the SOS method with the counterfeit kit club. So like maybe you pick one paper and then you gather other supplies that would represent the actual kit. So maybe a combo would help.
That's an awesome idea. And we are totally going to do a counterfeit kit coming up here.
I think that's a great idea. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay. Actually, for those of you below, leave a suggestion as to what kit you think we should do a counterfeit for. That would
be a good one.
Yeah. Give us some suggestions of what you would like to see us pull from our stash. So that, I think, that's basically it. Overall, like I would say I'm happy with how it went. A little bit disappointed in that I wasn't quite as successful, but I don't regret any of the purchases I made. So I'm going to say overall it was a good experience, and there's a few strategies I'll continue on into the future, primarily focusing on using my stash as opposed to just bringing in new. And not restricting what I can bring in, but more like, okay, you need to use this. And if you do, then you can bring in some. I think that's kind of the approach I'm going to take.
I think that's going to work really well for you because it worked well for you already with that paper, like the 2-for-1 exchange that you had. I think that worked really well for you. Are you thinking about doing a spend and freeze in the future, or are you just going to use the strategies kind of as a blanket for the rest of your time this year?
Yeah, I think for me, I'm not going to focus so much on the dollar values. Again, just more focusing on not buying certain items. Those items that were on my list for the first 4 months are going to remain because I really have enough of that. And for sure, I am not going to buy any more pocket cards. If anything, I'm going to be purging some. So I think I'm going to do that. I really like the cardstock matching, so I'm going to do that as well. And again, still just a light purchases on the stamps and dies, because again, I have plenty of stamps that I've never used that I really should. And I guess I could try something like that, like say, use 2 stamp sets you never used before you can bring in a new one. Maybe that's something I'll try.
That's a good idea. Now, Melanie, I'm getting really close here. You don't need full collections. It's going to be okay.
You are right. Intellectually, I understand that, but emotionally, boy, I need all the pretties. But I will do better. I will do better. So I think that's another one I'm going to try, is just the SOS method. We'll see. Okay.
Sounds good. Well, I think this is a great conversation. If you guys have any ideas on what kind of conversations we want to do in the future, you want to hear from us, also comment. We love to hear from you. And I feel like these conversations have been great topics for other people to join in on.
Absolutely. We love hearing from you and interacting with you. We wish you could be here in the conversation with us. So that's the next best thing. We are going to wrap up this video. And before we do, though, you need to make sure you head over to Nikki's channel. The link is in the description below. You need to subscribe to it and click the notification bell. She's really close to 1,000 subscribers. Maybe even by the time this airs, she might be there. But if not, you definitely should subscribe so that she reaches that milestone. And of course, her video is going to be up on Wednesday. And we're going to talk about Nikki's confessions and how she did for the first 4 months.
Oh, no.
So thanks so much for hanging out with us. And until next time, happy crafting.